Hello everyone, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc. and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc. and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc. and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off the package purchases and make money off of the crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels, so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching. And hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel, as you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned throughout this unfortunate crisis is that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, and things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have a good day. How goes the family? How goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys having a great and exceptional Father's Day. Great, exceptional, happy Juneteenth, all that good stuff. And I definitely want to start this off with showing love to the fathers, whether you're biological, whether you are a person who's a stepfather, whether you are a person like myself who steps in every now and then to help out and mentor young men, because I believe a lot of my manlyhood. I was a single, raised from a single mother, one of the greatest mothers on the planet. I'm still blessed to have her in my life to this day. But one of the greatest things I can say that my mom ensured that I had men, good, positive men, especially good, positive black men around me as a child. Um, whether it was in the church, whether it was men from her job, there were always men around the household to ensure some sort of mentorship. And then of course the men in my mom's side of the family and the men on my dad's side of the family. So that's why I always have to give respect not only to the biological fathers who do what they're supposed to do when they have children, but I give a lot of love and respect to the fathers who are not biological and they step up in various different ways to ensure that children, that there's some masculine manly energy within the household. And I got nothing but love and respect for that. So I want to put that out there point blank. And that's, keep it positive. Like I said, we're doing positive vibes here. Now I know and look, hey, I'm representing Juneteenth all day, every day. Okay, so I'm just going to say that. But I know what is it? My title says, Juneteenth cannot fix a sickness, and it is not. Um, if you ever heard of the saying, you don't treat a cancer, you got to cut it out and whatnot. Now, obviously, there's treatments. My mother's a breast cancer survivor, so I'm not making light of anybody going who has or is going through cancer. But I think that saying is very, very true, because one of the biggest sicknesses that we have in the African American community is just the lack of economics. And it's very simple. During the era of after antebellum slavery and whatnot, all the way in and all through all of Jim Crow up to the 1970s and whatnot, the one great thing the African American community had was a sense of family. Majority of them had a sense of being in church and faith and whatnot. Is there anything wrong with being in or out of that space? Not at all. But then you had a good chunk of people who had land, homes, and businesses, because they had no choice, and you had no choice but to shop with your own during that time frame. Just like a lot of immigrants when they come to the United States, the one of the strongest things that they have is ownership in businesses, ownership in homes, and family. Those three things. They could disagree on religion, they could disagree on how to be the best parent, best spouse, et cetera, and so forth. What best businesses to own, what best homes to own, what best land to own. But there's still implementation in regards to doing those things. And a holiday cannot fix a sickness, because we've had Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, rest his soul, for decades upon decades and whatnot. Um, I know they're still talking to putting Harriet Tubman on a dollar on a bill, even though who really uses cash anymore in 2022. So symbolism it can get people in the mindset, but see, that mindset needs to be every single day. See, Hispanic Heritage Month is not just once a year; it's every single day. Asian American Heritage Month is not once a month; it's every single day. you know, Economics, family, togetherness. It's not being racist towards anybody and whatnot. You can love your race and your background. Like, I have a coworker. He talks about he has two different backgrounds. His mom comes from a Italian background. His dad comes from an Irish background. He did his what is it? He did his family tree and with ancestry.com, and he found out some wonderful things about his ancestors before they came to the United States of America, to when they did come to the United States of America, and when they came into the United States of America. Very, very interesting stuff, and it's cool. And even how they were part of like the Italians were they came in Philadelphia and whatnot. The Irish on his mom's side of the family came to Connecticut within the New York area and all that tri-state area, and how they had their own businesses and how they owned real estate and how they had the sense of community, how they had a very big devout faith in the Catholic Church. You know, interesting stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it's not about being racist. It's about being proud of your lineage. That's all it is. I don't have any time to be racist or hatred towards anybody. I'm always coming from a place of love. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that it's like being with the whole Juneteenth thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's great semblance. It really is. But I said this last year when Juneteenth became official holiday. I wasn't getting all giddy because I was going to have extra day off and whatnot, which I'm not complaining about. But I'm like, okay, well, this is a chance for us to have more of that conversation of how we are going to be as a family and connect as a family and have some sort of togetherness and bring more positivity and display that positivity out into the world so we can kind of kick World Star in the face. You know what I mean? Because I know the ratchetry and the stupidness that all I don't know how it's not old at this point, but I know stupidity and sells. I know sex sells. So that's not going to change anytime soon. So I get that. But and then of course my mindset is maybe a great tradition on Juneteenth can be two things: spend at least $20, preferably more, on a black business. Um, and obviously look into opening up a bank account with a black bank. Maybe look into donating to an HBCU or sending your child to an HBCU, or maybe donating to other causes that from economic perspective or from a community perspective that's going to help people uplift each other from a community or economic perspective. There's various other programs out there, whether it's faith-based or not faith-based, of organizations that are doing wonderful things, not only from a spiritual perspective, but from a community perspective. But a lot of times that translates to the economic perspective. And that's the main thing that I am passionate about, and that's what I care about. Because a federal holiday cannot fix a sickness of not spending money with your people and not having a sense of togetherness with your people. Because I've said this 1,000 times, and I will say this again: who you spend your money with and who you bank with holds way more power than who you vote for. All right, and I will say that one more time, or as one of my friends from down south said, I'm gonna say that one more again with his goofy self. He said, they say who you spend your money with and who you bank with holds way more power than who you vote for. And hey, I'm not a hypocrite. I have a bank account with One United Bank, considered quote unquote the biggest black bank. I have a credit card with One United Bank. I spend my money with black businesses when I can. It's very much more easier in the online age, especially given the fact. And not even that, not even got to spend money. Share a post on freaking social media. Shout out your friend's business on social media. Because I put a post up the other day, and I don't think it hit home with a lot of people because I was really talking to them. I'm like, you want to see who your true friends or family are, start a business. Okay, because then you'll see if they'll spend at least $20 with your business, or you will actually see if they will even share your freaking business out on social media. 9 times out of 10, they won't. They will continuously talk about stupid nonsense and ratchetry that's going on in the world and whatnot. But then they'll be calling you the best friend or whatnot, or hey, that's my cousin, or hey, that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my aunt, that's my uncle, but won't even give a shout out to their business. And that is a sickness as well. I'm calling it out straight up and down. That is a big, big sickness because, like I said, a holiday cannot fix a sickness. You have to have it on the mental perspective, and you have to say to yourself, "Hey, have I spent money with any of my family's businesses that I know they got online? Have I shouted their business, utilized their service, and shout their business out? If I got a podcast, have I tried to interview them, anything of that nature? 9 times out of 10, no, that's not going to happen because, unfortunately, the sickness of the mindset is, I don't care. I got mine. You got to get yours, and there's no sense of togetherness. And that's why the sickness is affecting people so bad is that that's why for the most part it probably might not even be an African American community within the next 10 or 20 years if they have this I got mine, you get yours, because everybody thinks that moving down south, moving to the west coast, moving to the Midwest is going to fix everything just because you're in a cheaper state. And it's just not that's not going to happen because major cities all over the United States of America, whether you live in Miami, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee will be next. Trust and believe me. I know Memphis, Tennessee is known as the Baltimore of Tennessee, but Memphis, Tennessee will be next because of its location. Richmond, Virginia, all the 7 cities in Virginia, from Norfolk, Portsmouth, the list goes on and on because it's beachfront property. Charleston, South Carolina. Any place you see, if you're in a major city, any place you see a major crane or a multitude of cranes listed up, then gentrification is coming. It is what it is. Overpriced condos, gentrification is coming. The outlook of cities, like give it another 5 or 10 years, Charleston will start looking from economic perspective, will be just as expensive as Atlanta, will be just as expensive as Miami, will be just as expensive as Washington, D.C. You can't escape gentrification. You cannot escape it. There's economic, quote unquote, war that's happening and no bullets are being fired. It's just called rents going up and the price of real estate going up. All right. Gas, yeah, of course, we all know about that. But the sickness is not having that sense of community, men and women during family time, during holidays and whatnot, sit down at the table. Like before I even came on live and whatnot, I was talking to my folks in Houston, Philadelphia and whatnot, and 2 people in the DMV area like, hey, what's the next economic power play? What's the next economic move? How we gonna hey, what's going on, Chris? How are we going to grow this thing, because from a real estate perspective, how we're going to grow our channels, all those specific things, because at the end of the day, I don't care if you live in Texas, Florida, like even in Mississippi and Louisiana, and every state, red state, blue state, purple state, high tax, no tax, low tax, it's all irrelevant in 2022. If you're not about your business, if you leave California and go to Texas and you're not about your business, you're going to be SOL. If you leave New York and move to the Carolinas and not about your business, you're SOL. You think just because it's cheaper now does not mean it's going to be cheaper later. All right. And for I got family in Raleigh and Charlotte, North Carolina, and they're talking about how the prices are going up. My brother Chris lives in Texas. He knows what I'm talking about. You look at Austin, Houston, and Dallas. He lives in San Antonio, but give it some time. It doesn't matter where you live at anymore. If you're not about your business and if you're not with your people talking about economics, it doesn't matter who's sitting in the White House, governor's house, or the mayor's house. You're going to be kicked out of your house. And that's why it makes me laugh now that people don't want to pay attention to the MSNBCs, the CNNs, and the Fox News nowadays, because they're not having these conversations. They do their darndest and their best to distract you with nonsense that has nothing to do with anything outside of the great at covering bad things that are going on in the world, like the unfortunate shootings that have happened. They're great at covering that stuff. But 9 times out of 10, they're not great at covering how you're going to be able to make a dollar and whatnot, outside of scaring you to sell your stocks whenever the stock market goes down, or to give you bad news about cryptocurrency, or to give you bad news about what's happening in the market and whatnot. Because that what sells? Negativity, and a lot of times stupidity sells. That's why you got so many stupid reality TV shows that have been on for God knows how long. Desperate Housewives, or who gives a what? I don't even know why that crap is still on the air, but stupidity sells, and that's making a lot of people rich. So I can't hate on it. As Booker T, the wrestler, said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game." And so I'm not mad at that. But at the end of the day, sense of togetherness means family, partnerships, economics. All right, you cannot. Juneteenth means nothing without you saying, hey, let me shout out my family's business. Let me spend at least $20. Like, I give Chris a lot of credit. He spent money on my business. I spent money on his business. That's called currency and your circle and whatnot. Was it thousands of dollars? No, but a penny or a dollar means a lot. And that's a hell of a lot more than I can say about my quote unquote so-called other friends. And that's why we don't really talk anymore, because I've supported their goals, but they be damned if they ever support mine. So I don't have time for people like that. I don't care how much history I got with you. I'm all about supporting people, especially people who are about supporting me. I've gotten a lot of love, only a handful of love that the people I've grown up with and whatnot. But I've got more friends and people that I've met online and whatnot, from California to New York to Texas to Philadelphia to Atlanta and whatnot, because we all are on the same page economically. Okay. And it's funny, I got a high school reunion coming up in September, and that should be interesting, because I'm actually waiting to see where people's mindsets are at and what they're actually doing in their lives and whatnot. Because you out of high school, can't believe it's been 20 years, and things change. But let's see what people's minds are at. Let's see where their heads are at, and let's see if they're on the same wavelength in regards to economic empowerment. Because if not, then nice to see you. Have a nice life. As I say in Spanish, vaya con Dios, go with God. Or tengo un buen día, have a nice day. So, that's just how I look at it. So real quick, Chris, if you want to give me your 2 cents on this, I'd greatly appreciate it. But I'm going to go over actually an article that I got from One United Bank today. I utilized my business account with One United Bank because I like to practice what I preach. Because my mindset is either you practice what you preach or you don't preach at all. And a lot of people love, especially in the social media age, they just love to talk and no action. As I put on social media the other day, people love to talk a lot, but the wallets constantly are on mute. All right. So number one great thing that people can do on Juneteenth: turn up the iconic anthems. What would a gathering be without the ultimate summer playlist? June is African American Music Appreciation Month, and there's no better time to get everyone together to party under the sun to our best hits. Bring heat with new summer hits and take everyone back in time with some tasteful anthems like Beyonce's version of Lift Every Voice and Sing, or Where the Party At by Jagged Edge featuring Nelly are prime options. And of course, there's all-time favorites and summer anthems, Frankie and Beverly Mays, Before I Let Go. Good mixture of different generations. Of course, I would add different music to that playlist, but that's just me. But obviously, you want to keep it family friendly. And that's one thing I miss about back in the day. And Chris can definitely appreciate that. And hopefully you guys can. One thing I miss about, going to Richmond, Virginia, going to New York, Connecticut, I had some of the best family reunions, best barbecues. I mean, and it's just like it's crazy. You think about that old Will Smith song that came out summertime. That video really showed how black folks would really hang out and have fun, whether it was in the best of neighborhoods or the worst of neighborhoods. You could live in a nice house or small little bitty apartment or whatnot, but folks knew how to get together, had that sense of fellowship, and between that and going to a barbershop in a beauty salon or whatnot, that was like that and going to church. That was like various versions of going to church and whatnot, because you talk about family, you talk about good stuff, you talk about some problems, maybe have some solutions, maybe refer somebody to help you out. And that was the place where a lot of business transactions took place as well. People don't realize that sense, like even back then with African American churches and whatnot. When you go back to the early 2000s, all the way back to slavery and whatnot, there was that sense of togetherness. And heck, even churches, they had business meetings and family meetings. You had things of that nature, not just worshiping the word of God and whatnot, but you had other things being talked about on a regular basis. All right, number two, create a Juneteenth jingle. I think this is a little fun. I'm reading this stuff as I go along, but this is actually funny. Calling all creatives. Our community needs a Juneteenth jingle, and the opportunity is wide open. We also need a hashtag One United jingle, and you can win $5,000. Also, check out maybe One United Bank if you're if you're a creative and whatnot, and you're great at making jingles. You might be able to win $5,000 by checking out One United Bank. So go to their website, all right? And I think having a Juneteenth jingle would be cool, but I think it definitely needs to be centered on family and business. Period. I'll leave it at that. Number three, movie marathon mania. Movie fanatics to the front. That popcorn is hot. Set up our night with black-led films that explore dynamics of our culture, like Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, one of my favorites. Though you don't get no more old school New York than Do the Right Thing. I don't care what anybody says, from the Puerto Ricans to the Italians to the Asians to the black folks to the Caribbeans. That was old school New York. That was my movie. It took me home. Films that centered around black joy and happiness and empowering narratives like Hair, Love, and things like that. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, why not? Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, great movies like that. I mean, heck, all the movies Tupac was in. Let's just keep it real. You know, Nothing against Tyler Perry, maybe one Tyler Perry movie or two, but I'm a fan of what he does, but I'm not too much of a fan of too many of his movies. But I think he's a very smart, great man and talented man. See, this is a great example of me not being a big fan, but still giving love and respect to a man that is very iconic. Last month, I had the pleasure of going to see, at least from the outside, doing a drive-by twice of Tyler Perry Studios, and I got to see Black Hollywood. So it's a beautiful thing. And he's making money by allowing other networks to film in his studio as well. And it's right there. It's minutes away from downtown. It's minutes away from the airport. So it's a win-win situation. So much love and respect to Tyler Perry and Spike Lee, because Spike Lee helped pave the way for the Tyler Perrys of the world. Number two, One United wants you to join their Facebook Live, and as they will be held today. Well, it was actually held on Thursday, and they were celebrating Juneteenth, and they wanted to get feedback on how to become a better bank and whatnot. So I think that's pretty good as well because that adds transparency, and I think they're doing a wonderful job to get people to not only bank black, but they have programs to help people get approved, pre-approved for loans for homes, cars, and actually get the credit. They have credit repair programs all at the same time. Right. I'm not making any money off of endorsing One United. I just like what they're doing. Number 5, last but not least, have a block party. Man, and Chris knows, and if you know, let me know in the chat. You know, the best block parties was back in especially the 90s and whatnot. Like the best one I've been to was in New York. I even went to a couple good ones in DC. What is it? Richmond, Virginia, and Connecticut. My God, those block parties were memorable. Never saw so many people that was happy. And those block parties not only proved one thing. It sure didn't matter how much money you had or how little money you had. If you had that sense of family and that sense of togetherness and some great food and some good music, man, it was a win-win situation. Even if you had that drunk uncle or aunt or cousin or whatnot that was acting a fool, it was still a win-win situation. All right. But anyways, the sentence says, take some of our wonderful food to share with the community. No food gets left behind. Not a single person leaves hungry. That's old school block parties right there. Partner with your neighbors to secure needed permits, coordinate supplies, and spread the word. Come as you are. Drop in for some food, mingle, and network with new friends and connections. Everyone is invited and learn more about the special day and whatnot. So I could not agree with that statement more, because that's the one thing. What you got to say, Chris? I would be down. Will be down, but I'm down here in Houston with my family. And ironically, we were discussing some business too. I'll fill you in on that offline. I may need some advice on it. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's what it's all about. Yeah, that's what I said, Chris. You remember? It's ironic. I'm gonna be in Houston in 2 weeks, man. We always miss each other every time we go there. He said, "Yeah, them block parties are the best." Yeah, that's like you don't get no better than them block parties on some real stuff. Let's just keep it real, man. That back in the day, shoot, you can forget about that. I had some serious fun. I think I had my first what was it? My first love and whatnot. I met at a block party back in the day. I think I was in Norwalk, Connecticut. Yeah, and then we what was it? We went to the Bronx and whatnot. So like I said, you don't get no better than that back in the day. Those were some iconic moments and whatnot. So yeah, Chris, if you want to give your 2 cents before I get out of here, it's all good. If not, I know you're down in Houston with the family and whatnot. Hopefully you're not burning up. I know how that is. That beautiful. Well, heck, you live in San Antonio. You should be used to the heat by now. That's all I got to say. Because I know I'm sure when I go down there, going down there for a friend's birthday party and whatnot, it's some business. Might be even a quinceañera that happens all at the same time, knowing my friend. But that's just one thing that's missing a lot of times, especially in today's world. Because one of the beautiful things about technology, it allows us to stay connected and have conversations and things of that nature. But still, nothing beats. And hey, I'm a millennial. I love technology. I utilize it on a regular basis. The more I can learn about it, the better. But still, nothing. I mean, nothing beats being able to just be around some good people, whether it's friends and family, and have some good, clean fun and call it a day. You know what I mean? Nothing beats that. You can't put a price tag on that, but for some people you can. And that's one of those it is what it is situations. So what's up, brother?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Oh, pretty good, man. You in Houston?
Yeah, I'm actually right now at the grandparents' house. Got a little free time in hand before go out there play with them.
Okay, very nice, man. How's everything?
It's hot.
Well, you should be used to that, man. Shoot.
Nah, nah, it's different, man. The humidity's different down here.
You think so? People say that it's hotter in San Antonio than it is in Houston, but I guess you beg to differ.
San Antonio has too, but the humidity, man. I'm all glitzy out here, man.
I see. Oh my God! What you were saying?
Yeah. But you said you're coming back down here in 2 weeks?
Yeah, in 2 weeks. What is it? The 13th of
July. Like with July 4th weekend type stuff?
Right after. Yeah. I definitely don't fly on July 4th.
Yeah, I know. What was it? 2 weeks. That's like July 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the Sunday, the 4th on a Monday.
Right.
If
Maybe.
it's that weekend, we'll be back down here again that weekend.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so if you come around that weekend, man, we got to link up.
Okay, yeah, definitely. No, I'm supposed to be. It's supposed to be my bad. It's not 2 weeks. I'm supposed to be going down there on the 13th.
Okay, so the
Yeah,
week
yeah,
after.
the week after. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, we always miss each other and whatnot.
Yeah.
Uh, but everything's good though.
Yeah, it's good. Everything's
That,
great, man.
that's all that matters. But yeah, we'll definitely talk offline what you were talking about earlier, man. So you
Yeah,
guys.
literally the stuff you just said, man. We're just talking about. I'm like, yeah, I was doing the same thing. I was literally talking about the same thing you're just mentioning, and for your field of expertise, I will need some advice on and stuff.
Got you.
Because
Yeah,
if if things work out properly, man, if things go according to plan, if it works out, it
right.
looks like my people will be connected with your people, man. We have like a big old group.
Exactly.
If that's how it works out the way it is, man, I guarantee it's gonna be like a little conglomerate and stuff.
Hey, that works for me. I mean, that's why I go to Houston for two things: business and fun. So, it's all good. You guys gonna stop by the turkey leg before you leave?
Nah, not this time. I actually came down here for the Juneteenth parade and stuff like that. Cause
Oh,
you usually come in front of the house, everything. So they had the party, the parade come through the house and everything through the
oh
neighborhood.
man.
It's pretty good, and saw a lot of local business out here as well too. So I'm about to see what they about as well. At least contribute something to them.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I heard my friends. I've never. Next year, I'm going to be down there for Juneteenth because my friends always tell me
Mhm.
I missed the best celebration on Juneteenth in
Yeah.
Houston. So I definitely got it because obviously, Texas, that's where it happened. So,
Well, hey, we'll be back down here again next year for it, man. So you come down, man. Let me know. We'll link. You come on with me, man. We'll go have a good time and stuff.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, don't let me hold you up, man. Much love and respect to you and the family. And hey, man, get some good barbecue while you're down there because you're in the best
See,
state
I ain't got
for
work. I ain't got to worry about that. See,
it.
my wife's family did cooks.
Okay, very
All
nice.
right, so we already enjoyed some oxtails and stuff, man. We good.
Oh my god. You get some pig's feet and ham hocks too?
Nah, we ain't getting none of that.
Okay, I was about to say you going
Nah, not
going
none of
going.
that. But we had the cabbage, the rice, the baked
Okay.
beans, the chicken, the ribs. We got all that.
Okay, good. I was about to say you about to go full hardcore down south. So
Yeah, I don't go that far, man.
I know that's right. All right, brother. We'll take it easy, all right?
All right, you too, man. Talk to you later.
All right. It's always a pleasure talking to my brother Chris. Much love and respect to him and the family. Hopefully, I see he's having a great time, and that's all that matters. So, before I end this off, family, please do the great three free things: like, share, and subscribe. That's all I ask for. Do the great three free things. My Cash App's already gone off a couple of times. My Venmo and my PayPal at least one time. So, thank you guys for the contribution. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Jacob, and thank you, Jason. And thank you, Anonymous, because I don't see your name, but I still appreciate it anyway. So thank you for the love and the contributions. It's greatly appreciated. All right, but so I'm gonna read because my mother actually, she does June. My mom actually is a Zumba instructor, certified and everything, and she put on, I think it was like her third or fourth class yesterday, and it was awesome. If you're on my Facebook page, you saw I shared her great stuff. So, anyways, I wrote this for her, and I wasn't at her. I wasn't at her event to read this off in regards to what Juneteenth means to me. But I'm going to do this live on the air before I close this out. All right. So Juneteenth, first recognized as a national holiday last year of 2021. It celebrates June 19th, 1865, the date when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, one of my favorite spots to go to every time I go to Houston. So if you're ever in Houston, check out Galveston. Nice laid back beaches, great food, great people, nothing but love and respect. That's my favorite part of Texas, the Galveston, Houston area. All right. Galveston, Texas, to free the remaining enslaved people in the United States. The state of Texas did not fully comply with the Emancipation Proclamation, which was issued by President Abraham Lincoln on June 1st, June 1st. I mean, my bad. President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863. That's when he issued it. January 1st, 1863, as the nation's approach its third year of bloody civil war. All right. And to clarify, President Joe Biden passed the national holiday for Juneteenth. Now, Am I taking Democrat and Republican sides here? No, because that's not what I do here. But what I am saying is, for us, what should it really mean? And it should always mean family and economics, period. Regardless of who passes a law, regardless of who's talking about something, family and economics, regardless of who's in the White House, mayor's house, and the governor's house. Okay? All right. The proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states, i.e., southern states, are and henceforward shall be free. Slaves in the state of Texas remained in slavery for 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was issued to ensure the farmers' crops were taken care of. Everything's about business in the United States, all right? The Civil War started in April 1861 and ended in the spring of 1865. Robert E. Lee surrendered the last major Confederate army to Ulysses A.S. Grant to Appomattox Courthouse on April 9th, 1865. The last battle was fought at Palmito Ranch, Texas on May 13th, 1865. I'm from the state of Virginia. Robert E. Lee, Confederacy capital was in Richmond, Virginia, where my dad is from. So this means a lot to me. But anyways, the most important aspects of this whole thing at the end of the day is that economics is on the table. And we're talking about that. And we're talking about economics and family. It's Juneteenth, it's Father's Day. So family and economics, it's a beautiful thing, you know? And that's, I just leave it at that with the positivity and whatnot, all right? So do the great 3 free things, family. Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a great day. And also, don't forget to check out my online store. I greatly appreciate if you do that. And what else? Don't forget to, if you're a stock market investor, you're a crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, don't forget to check out WEBULL. Don't forget to check out Acorns, and don't forget to check out Stash, all that great stuff, crypto.com. You'll be able to make some money when you sign up with those specific platforms and things of that nature. And like I said, hey, at the end of the day, it's all about family. It's all about togetherness. It's all about being positive and spreading love. No one has time for hate and tolerance anymore in 2022. Life is too expensive for all that nonsense, if we just want to be honest. Okay? There's no more time for hate. You know, whether you're making money moves here, whether you're making money moves in America, Canada, Africa, Caribbean, Europe, doesn't matter. Just keep doing what you're doing out here in this world. That's all I got to say. All right? And thank you, everybody, for the new subscribers. I got a couple of new ones that have notifications. So I greatly appreciate y'all doing that for me, family. And hey, man, it's nothing but love, nothing but family here. We ain't got no time for hate. We ain't got no time for downplaying each other. All that is whack. That's dead. That's nonsense. You can't get anywhere like that. All right? So even your biggest hater knows that. They can't constantly cuss their bosses out. You own a business, you can't constantly cuss your customers out and whatnot. People have had to learn the hard way on that level. Like, okay, we just won't shop there. Like I said, who you do business with, who you spend your money with, who you bank with, holds way more power than who you vote for. All right? And on that note, family, I'm out.
Now.